Can I say hello socials? I think that's been done before. Amy Schmidauer, that's her big tagline, so I don't think I should use that. But anyway, this is my next episode of Savvy Sexy Social hashtag sssveda for the vlog every day in April, which I have sorely lacked in doing so. Nonetheless, I'm doing what I can, and I've had an interesting 6 weeks or so of travel. So, incidentally, hotel Wi-Fi sucks anymore, and I couldn't even watch a video, let alone upload a video, because I think when I did a speed test, I got a zero point 0.6 megabits per second up speed. Literally take all night to upload a video. So, hey, I'm back home now. As you can see, got my flowers on the wall right there. And you probably see the reflection of my TV on my face in the window over here. Hopefully it's not too bad. But I wanted to share bits and pieces of a speech I gave some time ago about me being a picky eater. And what caused me to write this speech in the first place is a visit to a contractor in Canada. I was on my last trip as their quality manager, and they took me out to dinner to a little place up in Toronto. And it was a Asian, I guess, family style Chinese, I would guess. I don't remember exactly the name of it, but it was kind of a hole in the wall, but very pricey place, I could tell. And we had our own little room. It was about, big round table with the rotisserie in the middle, and it was enough to fit 20 people, and we had enough people to fill the tables. So I was there with the person that was taking over for that site, and so it was myself and him and probably 18 people from this company. And they started off buying wine, which I don't buy, but I know it was expensive because they drove over to the high price liquor store and picked it up on the way. And they bought 3 bottles of it. I don't remember the name of it, but they made it clear it was expensive. I'm not a drinker, so I didn't worry about it. But what the interesting part of this visit was the way the meal started, I should say. Well, they brought king crab, Alaskan king crab, and huge lobsters to the table live. So I don't really care to know where my food came from. I know how burgers are made, but here's one of my kitties. Hi, buddy. So I don't need to know where the food came from, so let alone have it brought to the table live. So the whole meal went kind of downhill from there, and I'm being picky, as I said. I started thinking, well, I'll play with my phone. There was no Wi-Fi, so I couldn't do that. So I just pondered, how picky am I? So that caused me a remembrance of a time where I believed I was sitting on the couch eating pickles from a jar. And when I got back from this trip, I asked my mom if she remembered that. And she said, I don't think that ever happened, because even today you will not touch a pickle. And it's true, if I have a pickle on a cheeseburger, I probably won't eat the burger, because the juice is nasty. So anyway, I was able to then think through this dinner about all the things that have to be true about food for me to eat it. So we'll start by, what does it sound like? Escargot doesn't sound edible to me. What's the little fishies on pizza? I don't know the name of it. But anchovies doesn't sound good to me. I won't eat it. Lobster doesn't sound good to me. I probably won't eat it for multiple reasons on that one I'll share. So that's what does it sound like? And then what does it look like? If it doesn't look edible, I won't eat it. So, just to look at a fish, especially the ones that it brought to the table with the head still on them, forget it. I've had lobster brought with the head on it. I can't do that. It'd be like Just throw a cow on the plate with a head on it, right? Or when you watch the pig on the rotisserie. I love pork, but hey, if I watch the pig get roasted, I don't know, it just doesn't do well for me. So we have the sound of food, we have the sight, and what does it smell like? I've had some food brought to me that really stinks before, so not gonna happen. It can't smell bad. So taste. If something has a really bad aftertaste or it's bitter or overly sweet, I can't eat it. So we've covered hearing, seeing, smelling, tasting. And the texture is the other thing. So if a particular food has a weird texture, and I'll give you an example. If I try crunchy peanut butter, for a very long time I couldn't stand to eat it because I didn't like the smooth and crunchy together. M&Ms and ice cream, like for an M&M sundae, I couldn't do that until recently. And I finally got over that one. But nonetheless, that's the taste and texture part of it. And thanks to these folks that took me to dinner, it was very nice. I'm sure they dropped about $3,000 on this meal. But don't bring food to the table living before you cook it. Sorry, that doesn't work for me. So, again, what's it sound like, look like, smell like, taste like, texture, and is it living first? So, I did talk to my mom about that, and she swore to me, still to this day, she don't think I ever ate pickles. But I remember it for whatever reason. Now, I'll give you the bonus. I shared this in my speech. It wasn't part of what I wrote, but I shared it with the people that I gave the speech to. After 40 years, what happened to me 40 years ago, still to this day, has me eating Reese cups a very specific way. Now, I'll go back in the day. I'm in about 4th grade, and I bought a Reese cup from the school cafeteria when you could do that. I don't think you can do that anymore because it's a bad thing, right? You got to eat healthy in school, or not eat at all in my case. So anyway, I opened the wrapper, I bit into it, and I looked at half of it that was left, and there were maggots in the Reese cup. Now, I don't know if I should be sharing this publicly. I don't think it was the Reese Cup company's problem. I think the school just sold me an old one, and it was just rancid. But still to this day, I cannot eat a Reese Cup without breaking it in half and looking at it first. That was so gross, I had to do it. So sorry if that causes you to change the way you eat that. I'm curious if you have something like that. Let me know. Are you picky? And did what I say about the 6 or 7 things about food that drive me crazy, do any of those ring a bell with you? Let me know. Give me some feedback, comment. By the way, I'm again using my new microphone. It's a shotgun mic, and I want to know what it sounds like. So let me know how that goes too. And just share your story about food. And I'd really love to dialogue with you by comments. Anyway, subscribe, let me know what you think, and I will catch you hopefully tomorrow. Cheers for now.